Hello there, and a very, very good evening. You are, of course, watching the Planet Cruise TV show. Sorry I was away last week, but I was, what was I doing? I was on a brilliant cruise, as it happens. And tonight we have got 6 fantastic cruises to tempt you with. A really exciting show, actually. Some exclusive offers, some exclusive deals, and some massive savings as well. Some massive savings. I was put off slightly because Justin Hazel, my special guest, was dancing to the theme tune in the background. Hello, matey.
I was just getting excited. It's the music, because I know then we're going cruising.
I know, you're getting in the spirit of things, weren't you?
Yeah, yeah. Well, I was off last week as well. I was actually watching for the comfort of my very own sofa, so I was actually watching Paul and Glenn. But it's great to be back, because we've got some great deals tonight. We've got a great Thomson deal, is less than £60 a night. We've got a fantastic, and when I say fantastic, brand new product. Forget river cruising, forget ocean cruising. How about having your own yacht with only 38 people on?
Wow.
Stay tuned.
It's like one of those...
38 people.
It's a yachts, 38 people.
Yeah,
wow.
Imagine those big yachts that you see in sort of, you know, harbours like Monaco, smaller version, 38 passengers, 7 crew, and along the Dalmatian coast. You get every night in port as well, so you can go ashore and find some nice little restaurants and stuff. And we've got a cracking cruise. You're really interested in this because you want to do Japan, don't you?
I do.
At the end of the show, we've got Princess with Japan, and you get to see the cherry blossoms and you get to see the tulips as well.
So we really have got something for everything.
Brilliant.
Oh, and I will say, actually, we've got one of the very last chances to get an MSC cruise.
Yeah, very limited numbers. Very, very limited numbers.
That's around the Caribbean, isn't it?
Yeah, and there's a New Year deal on that one as well.
Yes, but that is virtually sold out. So some amazing offers. Shall we crack on?
Yeah, let's do it.
By the way, if you're wondering who we are, you might have never seen the show before. I'm Sean. I've just done my 23rd cruise. Love the cruise
Not that you're
industry.
counting.
So I want to get up there to 100. And Justin, you worked on the ships for many years, didn't you?
I hate to say it, and I'm not trying to outdo you. I've forgotten how many cruises that I've done. So I worked with P&O for 6 years, so you do get to cruise the Mediterranean and Norway and America and the Caribbean.
He's well ahead of me.
And Australia. Anyway,
we're going to start off. We think this will be a top seller. We're starting off with Thomson Cruises on board the Thomson Spirit. Something I will let you know straight away, we've got a free upgrade to all-inclusive on board. Yes, a free upgrade to all-inclusive on board, and all of your tips and service charges are included as well. Let's have a look at Thomson, because they've got a great reputation, haven't they?
Do you know what? Thomson do what they do very, very well, and I think that sometimes is the best thing. Sometimes a cruise line will set the bar too high and it's very difficult to get there. These guys, they know how to treat their passengers, and that's why it's a family feel. People go back again and again and again, and that's why it's probably one of the best-selling brands that we actually have. Now, the actual ships themselves are classic cruise ships. The actual 2 ships that they brought across were actually classic liners which have been completely refurbished and refitted to modern standards. So you've got fantastic facilities. You've got all of your spa facilities, all your libraries and your lounges that you'd expect to see, but then you've got restaurants like the Compass Rose, the Terrace Grill, where you can either have open dining or you can have a slightly more formal dining. Now, the actual ships, they're slightly smaller than you usually see with the larger cruise lines. You're looking at around 33,000 tonnes. So, you know, not big. This is, you know, nice and intimate. The food is fantastic, and from people that have certainly worked with Thomson, like Glenn and Keith, another 2 colleagues that you may see on the sofa every now and again, the entertainment is superb. It really is great quality shows. They know what their customers like, and they give it to them, you know, at the highest level.
And when you look at the price on the screen, bear in mind that's all your tips and service charges, that's all of your drinks, that's all your entertainment, that's all your food.
And that works out at under £83 per person per night. Sorry, I think I did actually say there was one under 60. I think that's the one later on with P&O.
Yeah, that's a P&O.
But under £83 per person per night. We've got a single special price as well. So if we've got any solo travellers, there's a single available from £859, which is fantastic. So if you're travelling alone, then definitely book that one nice and early. And if you're thinking, well, 7 nights, it's a little bit of a taster, perhaps if you haven't cruised before, what about adding another 7-night stay to this one? We've actually got a hotel stay in Paphos for £399 per person after the cruise. So it's absolutely, this is a great package.
And again, if you just ring us right now and speak to one of our cruise consultants, they'll tell you all about that. Anyway, and the number's on the screen, by the way. It's 0808 250 2662. Should we see where we're going now? Yes. Going to get some nice temperatures on this one, aren't we?
It's fantastic. You're going to be starting in Cyprus, and this is your embarkation port. But your first port of call is Alana in Turkey. Now, there's a fantastic castle here. You've got Byzantine fortifications. You've got about 140 towers to actually explore in this locality. Yeah, I think it would probably be something to do all of them in one day. But still, fantastic to go and see. Then you're off to Marmaris. Now, this is one of the most popular destinations for visitors to go to. Again, you've got Marmaris Castle here, which is one of the oldest structures actually in the town, and there's a great water park. So if you're thinking about going on board with a family, not only is it great for families on board, they've got their own dedicated children's team, but it's also great ashore as well. So go to the water park. Also, you can't go to Turkey without having a bath. And when I say a bath, you know when you go to a spa and you'll have this nice relaxing and it's all nice. A Turkish bath, I'm telling you now, is completely different. It's hot, it's sweaty, but it's rough as well. They really like to rub and scrub into you, so you come out feeling absolutely refreshed. Actually, it's probably relieved that you've made it through the experience. I know it sounds strange, but you've got to do it. You've got to do it.
I've always wanted to, actually, yeah. I should do
Turkish
that.
baths, yeah. And also there's the Cleopatra Island as well, which is just another popular excursion as well. To go across to, so have a look at some beautiful seashells over there as well. Then you're off to Santorini. Now, of course, this is where they think Atlantis was. They've actually found some artefacts and relics there. But look, when you look at this, it is the Greek yoghurt pot picture, isn't it? It is just quintessential. It's absolutely beautiful. You know what I recommend in Santorini? Get glam. Get some linen on. Get some big shades. Get some nice little sort of, shoes, perhaps sockless. Go sockless.
Oh, no.
Suedes. You know, the little driving shoes for the guys and espadrilles for the girls. And just go be glam. You know, go and enjoy a really nice, good Greek salad, some feta, some olives. Oh, absolutely beautiful.
We didn't realise Justin was a fashion guru, did we? But,
yeah, you see, forget Gokwan, I'm here. Then we've got an overnight on board in our next port of call because we're off to Israel, we're off to Haifa. Now, this is absolutely stunning. There's a melting pot of cultures here. The gardens is definitely one to go for. There's even a little cable car ride that you can go up to the top and see some of the views and vistas. But, of course, this is also bordering the Sea of Galilee, which is obviously, very biblical and very religious. So if you want to go and do some of the pilgrimages there, then you can do. And then you're back into Limassol. Now, this is where your cruise ends, and you can, if you wish, stay for an extra 7 nights for just £399 per person. So for those of you who haven't done a cruise before, Thomson's a great cruise company to start with. Fantastic ships. They've been completely refitted, and of course you've got that optional stay at the end as well.
And I think what is so nice, you know what you're spending. That price on the screen includes everything, in terms of your drinks, your tips, your service charges, your entertainment, your food.
Yeah, and of course it's free for all-inclusive for while you're on board. Obviously it's not if you're doing the extra stay, just to clarify that. But still, on board, everything included. Where would you get a hotel? What's a West End show? Or if you go to your local theatre, 50, 60 quid per ticket, depending on where you're going.
And honestly, the shows are that standard. It's one of the things that I love about cruising, seeing those great West End style shows every single night, and lots of speciality acts as well. So we do think, I'll warn you, we know from our previous shows, we are going to be really busy for this one, so don't leave it too long. £579 is that price. You've got return flights. Now, they're based from Bournemouth, by the way. But we've also got flights from most UK airports just for small supplements. A single special that Justin mentioned, they're starting at £859. And you can add on that 7-night stay post-cruise from only £399. Now, every cruise on Tonight Show has its own ID number. This one here is 124108. But a great start to the show, I think you'll agree. What a fabulous cruise for £579.
And this is just the start. We've still got cruises for under £65 per person per night. We've got a limited cruise with MSC. We've got a yacht cruise with only 38 passengers. And we've got a fantastic 5-star stay. In fact, should we go there now?
Well, we've got it all, basically, haven't we? We've got it all. But we're going to move on to Royal Caribbean. And I've got to say, my first cruise was with Royal Caribbean many years ago, and I absolutely loved it, and I'm still, a big fan of the brand. But this one, not only will it take us over to the Emirates, you are also staying in one of the most famous hotels in the world, aren't you?
You are, but I think you're actually cruising with one of the best cruise lines in the world. This is modern luxury. And when you look at the facilities that you've actually got, well, we'll talk about that a little bit later on, but look at where you're staying.
Hotel.
Yeah.
There you go.
Do you recognise this bad boy? A 5-star. This is iconic. When you go to the Emirates, this is one place that you have to go and stay. The Atlantis Palm Hotel. Look at it at night. Just a minute. And bear in mind, you are staying there for 2 nights. I think for the first night, I'd just be sat down on a little sun lounger with a cocktail, looking up at it, going, "Wow."
I've always wanted to stay there, and I mean that is the most spectacular start. To this holiday, isn't it?
Yeah, and of course you've got iconic landmarks that you can go to. You can go to the Palm Island as well if you want to. I just love the fact you've got there. It's absolutely stunning. And with all of this, you've got 2 days there to go and explore. And that's the great thing. Dubai has just got so much. It's very much like, I suppose, the modern equivalent of Vegas. It shouldn't really be there. It's in the middle of the desert. Everything has been built for it. Look at some of the mosques that you can go and see again. Some of the architecture out here is just on a grand scale. It really is. It's something else completely.
And Justin, with you being so much into your fashion nowadays as well, some great shopping, of course.
yes, definitely. You know, I'm a dedicated follower of fashion. It's this is actually what they call Blue Tuesday, because I've gone for the blue shirt. As you can see, this is Blue Tuesday.
It's all
yeah, I don't think... No, it's Grey Sock Tuesday.
It's all working
anyway.
there. So you've got your 2 nights in that amazing, iconic hotel, one of the most beautiful in the world. But then you have got a fantastic 7-night cruise on board the Vision of the Seas. This is the sister ship, same class, I should say. This is the Rhapsody of the Seas, but it is the same class as the Vision. Now, I love the choice of things to do with Royal Caribbean. There's something for everybody, isn't there?
Well, you know, you've got the absolute signature rock climbing wall. You've got the Children's Club, fantastic Broadway-style entertainment. The atrium in the centre of the ship is fantastic as well. Bear in mind, you've actually got incredible 360-degree views from the Viking Lounge up at the top there at midships. So it's fantastic to look out of. Floor-to-ceiling windows as well. And every part of the ship comes alive with entertainment. You can see some of the silks there just coming down from the sea. It really is a fantastic thing. We used to get cruise ship envy when we used to pull up next to a Royal Caribbean ship. One of the simplest things that I think is really important to mention, apart from the different packages that you can go for, apart from the fantastic wines that they do and the fantastic foods, it's also the simple fact that they give you complimentary drinks on the quayside. So there's like a little marquee, and there'll be a little water fountain. There'll be orange juice as well, so you can have that.
Just those little touches, yeah.
Yeah, and it's just, you know, having Egyptian cotton sheets and towels when you get into the rooms. It's just that extra elegance that you got. And again, modern luxury is what they use as their sort of adjective. That's how they describe it. It really, really is.
And so much to see and do. But anyway, you're going to be on board this fabulous ship. Can't get my teeth in today, I've noticed.
Give them back to the horse you borrowed them for. Hey!
But you will be on board for 7 nights, of course. Where we cruising to first then, Justin?
Well, after your 2-night stay in a 5-star hotel and one of the most iconic restaurants, most iconic hotels, you're off to Kasab. Now, this is completely different. I love this juxtaposition that you've got there. Oh, that was a big word.
You've got your teeth in definitely now, yeah.
I'd say this is a fisherman's port, this is a Bedouin port, this is some of the forts that you've got. It is the complete opposite of what you've got in Dubai. So it's a great tonic. It's that wonderful opener. Really remote. I'd almost go to say it's like a village oasis. So you can just imagine sort of like the haze just being in the distance and palm trees. So it's brilliant.
I think this is a great thing about cruising. You can, you know, within the space of a few hours, you can go to completely different ports, completely different countries.
Do you know what? Let's say, you know, say it as it is and say it straight. When you've got a port like this, if you were going to stay there for 2 weeks, you probably think, oh, crikey, 2 weeks. You know, you take, OK, 2 days. The great thing is you go in there, you're experiencing it. Where you want that extra time, where you've been staying in Dubai, you've got those 2 days. You've got another stay at the end of the cruise as well. Anyway, just to sort of take it down and then bring it back up again, a bit like a roller coaster, Abu Dhabi, which is indirectly got the world's fastest roller coaster. Hey! No, Abu Dhabi, this is just amazing. You need to go to Yas Island. Of course, you've got the Yas Marine Circuit as well, if you like Formula 1 and motorsport. You've got Ferrari World as well. You've got indoor snow ski slopes as well. You've got fantastic buildings as well. And again, when it comes back to fashion, You see?
Oh, God.
You've got the Abu Dhabi Mall, you've got the Marina Mall, and the Al Wahida Mall as well. You've also got the Central Market. So if you want to pick up some of the sort of local, authentic stuff, then you can go to the local market. Have a little bit of a barter. They love it. It's all part and parcel of the sort of dance. You've got to have a little bit of a barter. Start high, and then it brings it down, then walk away and go back. It's brilliant fun.
You've got a day at sea next, so you can really make the most of that fantastic ship. And then
Muscat, overnight on board. This is, again, having an overnight on board. I know we've got the yacht cruise later on, but having an overnight on board in such a location like this, just imagine this being lit up at night. The shoreline, you've got the mosque there. There's plenty to see and do, but again, nice to have that sort of slightly calmer port that, you know, you can just take a little bit of a relaxing day, enjoy the beaches, and again, just imagine being there on the beach or being on the deck of the ship at sunset. It's going to absolutely look superb. In the daytime, there is fantastic markets to go to, great textiles, jewellery, all of them, local handicrafts and artists have made them, so really great port.
And then Dubai overnight here.
Hey, Dubai or not Dubai? Definitely Dubai. Look at this at night. Again, it's like Vegas, but in the middle of a desert. You've got these wonderful cultures and traditions. To see those iconic landmarks lit up as well, the Burj Khalifa. Just imagine that being lit up at night as well. But it's the destination of being the ship. You know, fantastic ship, 78,500 tons, and you're looking around 2,000 passengers as well. You've got 2 pools on there, 2 acres of glass canopies, not the lawn, that's not on this one, but she's a fantastic class. You've got all of your spas and your shops that you'd usually find, and great dining facilities as well.
And we should say at this time of the year, because we've got dates from kind of early December 2016 up to the end of March, temperatures can be great throughout that time, of course, aren't they?
Do you know what? This is one of the regions that I haven't spent much time at. I've got a very close friend of mine who's been over there, and sometimes it's too hot. So to go at this time of the year, it's perfect for us.
Now, let's remind you what's included on this one. It is a deposit only, by the way, as well. But you are getting, of course, that 2-night stay in the world-famous Atlantis Plam Hotel. We were looking at prices. You can be paying sometimes hundreds of pounds just for a night there. We actually looked in December, 3 nights room only, and we're looking at £850. So, you know, that is worth an awful lot of money. You've got return flights based on London Heathrow. Again, we can, generally speaking, wherever possible, find you flights from most UK airports, and a deposit is only needed on selected departure dates tonight as well. Price-wise, they don't actually vary too much throughout the dates. Even the December date is really good, actually. And if you do want to upgrade, you'll notice that the difference between the interior and, say, the ocean view on January 17th is a mere £70 there as well. So, you know, really worth maybe upgrading, getting all of that natural light as well. And now, we've got such a good show. I do love Tuesdays, don't you? I missed it last week.
Mondays is good, but Tuesdays
Tuesday's far better, isn't it? Now, our next cruise, you worked out the price on this one, Justin, and...
yeah, £59 per person per night.
Wow. That's really good for
Does it matter where it's going? Does it matter? You've got a fantastic package here because you've got one of the best in British cruising.
I know it sounds off to say, because cruises, you do go to these amazing places, but sometimes, I mean, a friend of mine, not too far away, that actually presents this show sometimes, I love you, Hayley, she didn't get off her ship, you know?
Yeah.
The entire cruise. She was having too good a time.
The fact is that these are floating hotels.
Yeah.
They are, well, the larger ships are. What we've got coming in later on with the yachts, like I said, you've got to stay tuned for that one. But this one, P&O, it's close to my heart. You've got a great product here. £59 per person per night. P&O really look after their solo travellers as well, and we've got a special single price for just under £1,000, £999 as well, and you can add an extra night on at the Meon Valley as well. So if you're travelling down from up north, I know we've got a big fan base up north because northerners, yeah, up to north. I'm an adopted northerner. You see, because, yeah, the father-in-law, he's a good Oldham lad. Yeah, if you're travelling down from up north, it's a long travel down to Southampton. So, you know, make the stay as pleasurable as possible. You stayed in there, and I will see that a little bit later on. But anyway, should we crack on?
Well, yeah, I want to get on board.
Let's do it.
And here's our Keith to tell you more about P&O and
He
the
always
Ventura.
gets all the good stuff. I'm going to show people around.
Fresh from her multi-million-pound refit, P&O's Ventura was launched in April 2008 by Helen Mirren. She marked an exciting new direction for P&O Cruises and is a large, beautiful, contemporary and family-friendly ship with bags of character and a more informal onboard vibe that's making her a firm favourite with many passengers. One thing is for sure, you certainly won't go thirsty. With its emphasis on catering for today's British tastes, Ventura hosts numerous watering holes, from the visually stunning panoramic video wall of the metropolis through to a traditional pub, the Exchange. But this is my absolute hands-down favourite, Ollie Smith's new Glass House wine bar. It's a relaxed and stylish setting with tasty food available and also these wonderful flights where you can try lots of different new wines. With club or freedom dining on offer and a 24-hour buffet, you have real flexibility and you really can make the cruise fit your schedule. The recent refit also saw Atul Couture's Asian-inspired restaurant East added to Ventura's culinary arsenal. And when you do go, make sure you try the 24-hour slow-cooked lamb rendang. With 4 pools, a massive sports deck, special celebrity sailings, a new behind-the-scenes backstage tour, the biggest gym and spa in the fleet. There is loads to do on board Ventura other than just relax with a good book and top up your tan. But it's in the evening that the ship really comes alive. Vibrant West End style shows with exciting UK guest acts played twice nightly in the Arena Theatre. Then there's the excellent light entertainment which takes place in both the Havana Show Lounge and also the Tamarind Club. But what I like most is this stunning new atrium with this wonderful dance floor. The accommodation is bright, spacious and full of designer touches. There are big suites that can cater for up to a family of 6, through to these new single cabins that are a great cost-effective option for solo travellers like myself.
And as we mentioned, actually he's not single anymore, he's yeah.
No,
he's held on to his lady this time, yeah. Yeah, he has.
You sound surprised, Keith. I'll have a word with him later. Anyway.
But there's a great single price, jokes about $9.99 on this one. Anyway, we're cruising from Southampton, we've got a day at sea and we're over to La Coruña, aren't we?
Yeah, great thing. Sailing out of Southampton, you don't have to worry about your luggage. You're straight into a Spanish port. One thing that I'd recommend going to do here is going to see some of the fantastic monuments and the Tower of Hercules, one of my favourites. It goes back 2,000 years. It's an old lighthouse from the Roman days, see? They had their head screwed on then. Then we've got a nice relaxing day at sea. We're into Cadiz. This is another great classic Spanish port. And of course, what you've got here is the gateway to Seville. You can go and see some of the orange groves. You can have a walk around the town as well. Pick up a bottle of sherry on the way as well. Then, if you fancy a little bit of tapas, a little bit of shopping, then you head off to Malaga. Now, of course, this is your gateway to Granada as well, so if you want to do a tour, then I'd highly recommend it. You've also got some of the fantastic Malguetas, the bull rings here, so go and see some of the Spanish culture at its best. Then to Gibraltar. Do I have to say anything? Go up the rock, go and feed the monkeys. Don't feed the monkeys, because they will take anything. And they look at... look, he's not happy.
Oh.
He's not happy. Is he? No, you've got to go up there. And one thing is great here is duty-free. Whether it's your cameras, whether it's your jewellery, whether it's your booze.
And actually, this time of year, you might even be Christmas shopping.
Yes,
So,
yeah, very good point,
yeah.
very good point. Do you know what, one of the nice things, I doubt you'll probably see it this time, but last time I cruised through the Straits of Gibraltar, off the port side, sorry, there was turtles, and off the starboard side, there was dolphins. It was like you didn't know which way to look.
Wow.
It was brilliant. Anyway, then we're off to Lisbon. One of my favourite ports of call. This is Portugal at its best. You actually pull up right underneath the 25th of April bridge. It looks like San Francisco Bridge, and just bringing it in with the theme of the Olympics, they've actually got Christ the Redeemer, the statue, and there's an actual link back to Brazil, so read that up. You've got to go on a tram ride here, because the trams are fantastic, and have a wander down the actual river, or the estuary, should we say, underneath the bridge, straight to the Belém Tower, and then perhaps have some chicken and chips down at one of the local restaurants.
You're a classic guy, aren't you?
Huh? You've got to do it in Portugal. Also, there's a nice monument as well. What? The chicken and chips.
Yeah.
Every time, and take it from...
He's a classic, I guess.
Yeah. But you've got to have Mateus Rosé. You've got to go to a certain place. Go right up to the top of Lisbon and turn left. That's all I'm going to say. And, yeah, if a crew member tells you to go somewhere, go there because it's good.
Well, a final couple of days at sea to really enjoy that fabulous ship, of course, and then back to Southampton. Now, Justin did mention that we've got a really, really great relationship with the Marriotts, the Mean Valley
You've
Marriotts.
stayed there, haven't you?
Stayed there loads of times, yeah. They really look after Planet Cruise customers, and we have a very special price. So if you want to stay there pre or post cruise, you can do it for starting at just £89 per person, and you get your transfers included.
The only thing is, you've been there, haven't you?
I have.
It's going to be difficult if you throw to it.
No, this is my twin brother. Here he is.
This is his.
He's better looking. Here he is. Planet Cruise have a great partnership with the Marriott Mean Valley 4-star hotel here in Southampton. Bed, breakfast, free car parking, transfers to and from the port are actually all included. Now, I arrived earlier yesterday. I had someone take care of my bags. I went for a swim. I had the most amazing night's sleep, and I've just finished off a hearty breakfast. And now, with my car safely parked, I'm about to take the chauffeur-driven shuttle to Southampton Port, which is a mere 12 miles away. And then when my cruise is over, they'll drop me off here and I can drive safely home. Told you it was better looking. But seriously, jokes apart, it's a lovely stay there. It really relaxes you, and your holiday just begins that bit sooner.
Oh, it's the Marriott as well,
yeah.
so you've got a great quality.
So, as I mentioned, you can actually add that night pre or post cruise from just £89 per person, and that does include your parking. So, if you work out what your parking would cost for 10 nights, you're getting a really great deal there. Just to mention the single special, that's starting from just £9.99, and actually we have got balconies on this one at £689 tonight as well. But there is more.
There is more. We've still got the yacht. We've still got the Japanese cruise as well. But this next one, all I'd say is book early because we're so limited on cabins on this one. You'll be lucky to get hold of it. It's a great ship. MSC, you've got a great itinerary as well, and you've got New Year if you wish.
But these are exclusive prices for Planet Cruise. We've actually extended them to the end of the month, but they are virtually all sold out.
I was just going to say, they're not going to last to the end of the month. Look, this is the 9th.
No.
They're going to be gone, so book early.
Seriously, we both got emails today from Planet. You do need to actually book this tonight if possible. It is a previous TV bestseller. Anyway, Keith is back on another cruise. How does he do it?
I'll have a coffee and a break then.
But here he is, and you'll see how beautiful MSC ships actually are.
The Aponte family has been navigating the oceans for over 300 years, and in 1970 formed the Mediterranean Shipping Company, or MSC. In 1988, MSC Cruises was born, and with their European pedigree, these ships are built not only to impress, but also to embrace true multi-generational cruising. Welcome to the Dolce Vita, the good life. MSC Cruises is very family focused and actually one of the few cruise companies who regularly offer big discounts on child fares. With exclusive partnerships with iconic brands like Lego and Kiko, from the moment the children step on board, they're going to be made to feel special. Split into 5 age groups, dedicated and trained staff offer hundreds of different children's activities, including fun-time dinners, discos, karaoke and much, much more. There's also an aquapark, a 4D cinema and access to the latest in gaming. If you've ever been to the Mediterranean, you'll know that food plays a very important role in everyday life. And with MSC Cruises, it's no different. Specially trained chefs produce freshly cooked food from around the world and cater for all dietary requirements, with a buffet open 20 hours a day, 7-course a la carte dinners, and a unique partnership with Italy's best-loved restaurant chain, Italy. Mealtimes with MSC will be the highlight of your cruise. With themed deck parties where you're encouraged to dress up, talent shows, dancing competitions and fun and interactive game shows. There's no shortage of choice with MSC Cruises. Each ship also boasts a full-scale West End-style theatre with over 80 original shows to watch, which feature dancers, acrobats and artists from all over the world. From luxurious and spacious suites with memory foam mattresses to cleverly designed super family cabins that sleep up to 6 people. MSC Cruises offer plenty of choice, and whatever you choose, you're guaranteed stylish designer decor, flat-screen TVs, super powerful showers and enough space to stretch out and relax.
How opulent do those rooms look?
They are fantastic.
Aren't they?
Absolutely great. And the food's great, Mediterranean food. The facilities are great, but look at where we're going.
Well, I've got to say, I don't think I've ever seen so many ports, so I'm going to hand over to you, Justin.
Well, I'm going to say, your first port of call is you're going out to Barbados, and this is your embarkation port. First port of call on the itinerary, Port of Spain, which is Trinidad. This is a bustling metropolis. You've got fantastic things to go and see and do here. Definitely go to the market. Then we're off to Grenada. This is the Spice Island, so you've got a great spice market here. There's actually some fantastic restaurants, and also one thing to do, get a water taxi around to Grand Anne's Beach, which is one of the largest beaches. The ride is definitely worth it, and the beach is fantastic. There's some lovely underwater sculptures as well. Then we're off to Dominica. Not Dominica, Dominica. OK? One place you've got to go here is Champagne Beach. And you know what I'd recommend? Go and get a little taxi tour. You know, sometimes when you get off the pier and you've got all the taxi drivers, you ask it and you go, no, fine. Go and have a bar to one of them. Get them to show you around. You'll see some of the waterfalls. Go to the national park as well. They celebrate some of their history as well. There's some terrible hurricanes there, but it's actually celebrated. You'll see some fantastic things there. And Champagne Beach. Champagne Beach, go snorkelling, and the bubbles come out through the sand.
Oh, I remember you telling me that.
Brilliant.
Yeah.
Then we're off to Martinique. Now, this has got a real French feel to it. Really good Creole cooking. And of course, you've got the French French language there, and also, I believe, it's actually in Eurozone. Because, yes.
Seriously?
Yes. I was looking at this today. I was really surprised. It's either Martinique or Guadeloupe. One of them is Euros. So
wow.
That's a little bit of a curveball there. Talking of Guadeloupe, you're actually off to Guadeloupe again. Very similar in its style. So you've got that French feel, absolutely stunning buildings. And look at the beaches. You're not going to go wrong with this, are you? Here's a postcard. Wish you were here. Not. Then St Martin.
I like St Martin.
This is completely the opposite to the ports that you just had, because St Martin is really, really modern, really well developed, but it still keeps that flavour of the Caribbean. Great beaches, great bars and restaurants, great duty-free, and one tour that I definitely do is go on the yachts. You can actually go out as a couple of teams on the old America's Cup yachts. So if you've ever fancied sailing, you go out and the guys tell you what to do. So you will have to do, you know, a little bit of sort of, you know, how do you call that?
Tacking.
Is it tacking?
Tacking.
I don't know. It's like cycling, but with your hands.
Oh.
You know, when they do, bring the sails in. Anyway, swiftly move on. Tortola, it's an absolute gorgeous island. I'd get a boat trip over to Virgin Gorda. Or you've got to go to, because Virgin Gorda, they've got these rocks that are like absolute boulders. They're amazing. You can go to Cane Garden Bay. I'd say don't do it. Go to Long Beach, because Cane Garden Bay is to the right-hand side and Long Beach is to the left. Long Beach is a long beach and it's really quiet. Cane Garden Bay is where everybody else goes.
And sometimes just walking an extra 5 minutes or so, you get a really lovely quiet spot.
Do you know what I used to do here? I used to hire a buggy. You know, like a 4x4, like a Suzuki Vitara or something like that. You can go and hire a buggy and you can drive around the island. Brilliant. Also, it's good to swimming with dolphins, if that's one thing you want to do off your tick list for the Caribbean.
Anyway, we're only about halfway through this cruise, believe it or not, aren't we?
It's all right. We're off to La Romania. This is a small port, typical sort of Caribbean port where you've got a really hustling and bustling sort of cruise terminal, and then if you venture out you can find some fantastic places. Then you've got St Kitts. Again, you've got Port Zante, which is the big cruise terminal, and then you've got a small little town, great little restaurants around there. Antigua, 365 beaches for 365 days of the year. Need I say anything else? Then we're back into Martinique and Guadeloupe, which we've already been to. You get 2 more days there, and then you're off to St Lucia. Now, St Lucia, one of my favourite Caribbean ports, really lush green island. You've got the Pitons, which you've got to go and see, which is the 2 mountains. Have a local beer, because it's Piton beer, and they've got a little picture of the Pitons there. One place I'd go to is the north of the island. You've got Pigeon Point and Spinnakers. They're really good bars, good beaches as well. And also, here's Marigot Bay. Marigot Bay, that's where they filmed the original Dr. Dolittle, not the Eddie Murphy one, the original Dr. Dolittle. And if you do like the finer things in life, as we do...
Oh, of course.
there is a wonderful cocktail and champagne bar just on the opposite side. It's a little resort called Discovery, but they've actually got a bar called the Giant Pink Sea Snail. Try saying that after a couple.
Now, just to remind you, we have got exclusive reductions on this one. We have got very limited availability now, unfortunately. So please, I wouldn't even leave it a couple of days on this one. If you fancy it, try and give us a call tonight if you possibly can. And just to remind you how good these prices are, they start at just 1,399. We've got dates from the 27th of December, so you could be away for New Year, of course, and then into January, of course, as well. Free upgrade from inside to outside on all 3 dates. Very limited availability, so this has really been a top seller. Return flights based on London, Gatwick, and how about that New Year special? Imagine seeing in the New Year in Martinique when departing on the 27th of December. Price-wise, the December date starts at 1,799. That is for an outside, don't forget, with that upgrade. 10th of January, just 1,399, and 24th of January starting at 1,599. But you are away, don't forget, 15 nights in that one. Pretty amazing, I think you'll agree. But we've got a first tonight, haven't we, Justin?
First time I've ever done this, and I'm telling you now, I'm absolutely smitten with this cruise.
Yeah, you should do this one.
This package.
This is a yacht, but we're talking about a motorised yacht, aren't we?
I was just going to say, look, I spent 6 years on a cruise ship. So we're looking at 70,000, 100,000 tonnes, where sometimes you'll have 1,800 passengers or 2,000 passengers.
What about this, then?
This, 38 passengers. That is your sun deck.
Wow.
Riviera really have pushed the boat out on this, excuse the pun. But talking of the boat, only built in 2015. She is brand new. There are 7 crew members, including the captain. It is one of the most unique experiences you'll ever have. If you ever wanted to charter your own yacht. And
I've always fancied that, yeah.
Do you know what? I'll tell you something in a second, but look at the places that you're going. This is the Dalmatian coast. This is the Adriatic. You are starting in Dubrovnik. You are getting every night overnight in port, so you can go out and you can find some of the great restaurants. You can sit there and watch the sunset, and you can just relax then on the sun deck with the 36 other passengers if you're going as a couple. And the places you're going, you're getting 2 guided tours included in the price as well. It is just simply one of the best offerings, and I think you can tell how excited I am with this. Look, it's your own yacht. You know, when you want to see, you know, these yachts of Monaco and the harbours of the world, look at the food that you're getting, and especially the Adriatic. They've got some of the best seafood.
I couldn't... Oh, yeah, I want to do it as well, Justin. I seriously do. I mean, I've often thought how nice it would be to charter a yacht. You know, you think of your 40th birthday, 50th, but if you ever looked into it, you'd have to sell your house.
It's crazy. And look, that's the nice intimate thing, because you get to know everybody. You've got 7 days. You get a captain's dinner.
Yes, and that's included, isn't it?
And it seems strange. We talk about how many meals you get included. This is not full board. This is your breakfast, your lunches, and 2 evening meals. The reason why they don't do evening meals every night is because you're in port. You can go ashore, and when you've travelled that distance, I know exactly what I prefer to do. I want to go to one of those nice little restaurants that's only walking distance from the gangway, and you can just sit there and look and go, that's our yacht. We're walking back and we're going back on that yacht.
I mean, it will be, I'd say, a life-changing experience, actually, and we have got prices starting tonight for under £1,400. Only 38 passengers, only 7 crew members, and you are even getting free airport parking as well. But, I mean, you're going to make lots of new friends on this.
Can I just point out? Look at
Is this your yacht?
That's my
yours,
yacht.
yeah.
Look at the cabins that you've actually got as well. And unlike an ocean liner where it's more like a hotel, these are cabins. Yeah. And if you've ever been lucky enough to step onto a yacht, you'll know that you go, oh, well, that's the bulkhead. You can see the actual porthole. So for those of you, look at that. You are literally just going to be sat there. We were talking about this earlier on. I'd be taking my man satchel with my iPad with music and films on it. I'd take a pair of sunglasses, maybe a white shirt and thick, heavy shorts.
These are the fashion tips.
Yeah, a little bit. Then perhaps some swimming shorts and flip-flops. That's it.
Yeah. That's
all I do, because that's all you want to do. It's teak decking. You know when you see the cruise ships and it's like teak to make it look like a ship? This is actually a ship that's been built all teak decking. You can walk around. I wouldn't be surprised if you're invited to take your shoes off when you go on board, because that's all you're going to be doing. You're going to be in your shorts, your T-shirt. You're going to be walking around on that teak decking, that wood under your feet, and just, I can't emphasise this enough. And Do you know what the funny thing is? We were talking about this earlier on, and in our sort of meeting before we come on air, there's about a dozen of us that sit round, and we all talk. We could do this all together.
Yeah.
And wouldn't that, if you've got like a big, I mean, I know your 40th is already gone, but.
Thanks, Justin.
No, but I'm just saying.
About my 50th then, yeah.
I'm only joking, but you could do that. Yeah. It's just absolutely superb.
Well, give us, even if you're just interested or intrigued with this one, give us a call and our advisors can really talk you through but let's look at where we're actually going to be seeing as well. Yeah, well, out to Dubrovnik, of course, that's your embarkation port. We'll talk a little bit more about that later on. You can actually take a nice little evening stroll before you actually set sail. The first day that you've got in Croatia, again, this is where you've got the pine forest nestling in the hills there. It is just... It's almost untouched. This is not like your developed ports where you just have all your designer brands and it just looks like a generic copy of every other port. This is really, really untouched. It's absolutely stunning. There's a monastery here. There's a Benedictine monastery from the 12th century, so you want to go here. And apparently the Greek hero Ulysses came here to contemplate. If that's the word for it, then yeah, that's what I'll be doing. I'll be contemplating in this port. Then you go into Hvar. Again, this is all in Croatia, just up the coast a little bit further. And this is such a lovely little town. It's like a mini sort of Dubrovnik that you've got. I mean, look at again. See those yachts there that you think of multi-millionaires, you think of rich oil tycoons and footballers. That's going to be one of your yachts, effectively. 38 passengers on board. You actually take a coach trip. When you get off here, you take a coach trip to the north of the island and then rejoin the ship. And that's where you're going to be staying that night in Starigrad. Then we're off to Split. Now, this is one of the best ports on the Adriatic coast. There's really good water sports here, actually. So if you do feel a little bit active, there's great surfing and snorkeling. And I was going to say windboarding. No, not windboarding. Windsurfing, that's the word. I got there in the end. But this actual port of call itself, absolutely stunning. This is where one of the emperors actually had a huge palace, and effectively everything was built around it. They had Italian marble, they had columns from Egypt and sphinxes all brought in. This is thousands of years ago. But during medieval times, it was fully integrated into the fabric of the town. So it's one of the best palaces to go and see. Also, if you're a TV fan, and as soon as I mention this, all the crew here are going to go mad. Game of Thrones. Did I say Game of Thrones? Game of Thrones. They've not gone as mad as we hoped, actually.
But no, this is one of the filming locations.
Was it really?
Yeah. Then we're off to Poesia. Now, again, this is completely beautiful. Then we're off to Corcula. We've got a walking tour here, which is included in the price as well. This is actually Marco Polo's birthplace. We're off to Dubrovnik now as well. Dubrovnik, the final port of call. This is the main square. You've got these beautiful stone walkways. There's a great little... If you go up towards the tower there, on the left-hand side, there's a great candle shop. And also, take a look at this. This is where the harbour, where you'll probably be docking. The three archways down to the bottom right-hand side of the picture. There's some fantastic seafood restaurants there. Go up to where the sort of little market is. There's a great market. And then you can come up onto the top of the wall and walk the wall. It's about 1.5 miles. I would say that you need to be quite active to get up to the top. But once you get up to the top, as long as you've got water, if it's in the day, make sure you take water, because it's a little bit like the Spanish. They have a siesta, and there's hardly any shops up at the top. So if it's really, really hot, take some water up there. There's Justin's top tip. Clothes-wise, I'd go with...
No more fashion tips, please.
No, but look, all we've got to say is that yacht that you are going on, not a ship. Look at that. How would you like to go on that?
These are the yachts that you see quite often on your cruise holidays and think, oh, what would it be like to be on that? You know, ooh, imagine owning that. Well, you're going to be on this for 7 nights. An amazing experience.
Look at the cabins.
Yay.
But it's a proper cabin because you've got portholes, you've got the bulkheads there, but look how luxurious they're finished.
I just love just getting off the yacht and people looking at you.
Yeah, too right. Yeah. Which ship are you on?
Oh, that's mine over there.
Oh, yes.
Anyway, let's just show you what's included. I think it's been really exciting to feature this tonight. So you've got the guided tours, as Justin mentioned. Return flights, now they're based on either Manchester, East Midlands or Edinburgh, depending on departure date. And you've got 7 nights on board the most intimate yacht cruise that you could imagine here, of course. And then finally, daily breakfast, 5 lunches and 2 dinners are including, and don't forget that captain's dinner as well. Wow. Now, in terms of what Riviera travel includes, well, you get obviously your en-suite accommodation, daily breakfast, 5 lunches, as I mentioned, 1 dinner and that very special captain's dinner, tea and coffee station that's available 24 hours, shore excursions that we mentioned, and services of an experienced tour manager. And you are over and out of board in every single port of call there. Oh, and you do get your airport parking, forgot to mention that one. And in terms of prices...
How much that is?
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
Frightening sometimes.
Well, your prices on this one actually start at just $1,499. Having said that, you know, to upgrade to the main deck is only a little bit more. We have sold out of quite a lot of the deluxe accommodation, but we have still got that available on the July, August, September and October days. Oh, sorry, I said that the start price is $1,499. It isn't. It's $1,399 in that October date there at the bottom. Even better. Wow. And then our final cruise tonight.
I'm done. I'm going.
Well,
I don't need to see anything else.
Well, I'm not, because I've never cruised to Japan, and I really want to.
You're really, really into this thing.
I am.
I can't emphasise this enough. You've been going on with this like two or three times.
We always sit in the, you know, in the meeting room and say, "Oh, what's your, you know, which one is your favourite tonight?" And yeah, this is one I really fancy. It's with Princess Cruises. I cruised them last year, and they were outstanding. But this one, well, it starts off with a flight to Tokyo. And we're actually here in a 4-star hotel for 3 nights.
Yeah, and again, 4-star hotel in Tokyo.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. You know it's going to be great. Of course, you've got Mount Fuji here. You've also got the bullet train as well.
Yeah,
so
that's included, isn't it?
This is all included. If I always wanted to do the Orient Express and the QE2 and Concorde. This is the sort of equivalent. You've got to go and do the bullet train and to see Mount Fuji there. It's only 200 miles an hour.
Wow.
It's absolutely stunning.
Yeah, it's something I'm the same as you. I wish I'd done Concorde, but yeah, the bullet train is...
tick list. And just imagine this at night. You've got 2 nights here in that 4-star hotel. So, sorry, 3 nights. 3 nights. So absolutely perfect. But...
yeah, you're up to 200 miles an hour.
This is just... Oh,
they just checked up to 200 miles an hour,
Up to 200. Apparently, it's between 150 and 200. So, at full pedal to the metal, then you'll be going at 200 miles an hour. Brilliant. Then, this is just the tip of the iceberg, because you're starting off in Tokyo, and then you're going to Yokohama, and this is where you board the actual ship itself. Now, you're looking at a Grand class ship, classic ship, so this is where you've got the nightclub around the back. See the nightclub around the back of the
I've been in it.
The funnel? Skywalkers.
Yeah, it's great.
Hey, feel the dark side. I bet there's plenty of dark sides in there.
Do you know what I loved? I mean, it was a really great atmosphere, but it was the views that you get.
I was going to say.
Yeah.
And, of course, Princess ships, the open deck areas are brilliant. You've got loads of pools, loads of jacuzzis, great for the family as well. Food-wise, it's just... You've got Sabatini's, you've got the Italian Trattoria, you've got the Horizon Food Court, which is open 24 hours a day. There's international food out there. You've got the spas as well. And I'm telling you now, the spas on board these ships, you could quite easily spend 2 weeks just staying in the spa. I mean, look at, again, the views that you've got. You can find a different location every day. And for those of you that really want to immerse yourself in culture, a great location that you go into, a great destination with the ship, all the modern facilities that you'd expect. And again, Princess, it was effectively the American side to P&O, so very, very closely linked. A lot of the staff work across both, and they are brilliant. They really, really are good.
I only cruised them for the first time last year, but
Would you go back again?
Oh, of course, and I will be.
There you
go.
And again, you know, we're one of the top agents when it comes to Princess, so you're getting fantastic prices as well. And I can't say enough, you know, the selection of food that you've got on board is phenomenal. And look, I love the fact that you've got Mount Fuji in the background there, and
the most beautiful ships, great entertainment as we've seen there. They really, really offer so much, and actually have a very, very loyal following as well, the Princess.
Oh, definitely, yeah. But slightly larger casinos than some of the British market, because of course for the American market they do like to have a little bit of a flutter, have a little bit of a gamble. But the actual rooms themselves, you know, whether you're going for an inside, whether you're going for a balcony, or if you want to go for a mini suite as well, you can see the standards that you've got there. Plenty of space. Great for families, great for single travellers as well. And just around the front of the ship there, you can actually see that line? That's the whole promenade deck. You can walk all the way around the front, so it's a complete promenade deck that you don't have to sort of like go inside and then across to the other side of the ship.
That could be a daily exercise, couldn't it?
Well, just walk off dinner.
So, yeah, you'll have a great time with Princess, I can guarantee that. But let's have a look at where we're going to be visiting. And this is an area of the world that I've never been to. Never been to, but I'd love to.
Do you know, me too. I've only been into some of these ports around here once, maybe.
Really? So...
and sometimes I haven't had the opportunity to get off. But from Yokohama, of course, your embarkation port, you're going to Busan. Now, this is the second largest city, actually, in South Korea. This is superb. You've got a beautiful temple here, which dates back to 678 AD. So you definitely want to go and see that. Also, there's a really good fish market. I'm not going to try and pronounce it.
Go on.
Jagaki, I think. It sounds okay. Right, anyway. But it's basically known as the Ants Market. And you've got fantastic displays of seafood here and exotic seaweeds. I know that sounds a bit strange, but exotic seaweeds. I like a little bit of seaweed. I do, crispy seaweed. I fancy that. Anyway, and the Tongoza Temple as well, as you saw. Then we're off to Japan. Now, this is where you've got to go to the gardens. And this is Sakuminato. You've got fantastic gardens here. Also, the seafood. It's well known for its bluefin tuna and its crab as well. Now, one of the things that you just saw, see these chaps, these little bronze statues? These are type of art. It's manga, which is comic books. And one of the most popular artists of these comic book illustrations of manga, they've actually done a tribute, and there's about 150 of these bronze statues, and some of them are supernatural. You know, they're sort of like, you know, they're kind of crazy out there. Go and get photos of them. It's like Pokemon. You've got to go catch them all. Other brands are available, but not as fun. But you've got to go and do that. Then we're off to Toyama in Japan. Now this is, I know we're talking about sushi a lot. We're talking about seafood, but this is like Naples is the home of pizza. This is the home of sushi. You've got to go here. In fact, there's a sushi museum, and also there is a fantastic sake museum. In fact, no, sorry, that's a little bit later. That's in Akita. My apologies. But there's also the biggest temple of Zen Buddhism. So well known for its landscaping. So you've got some lovely gardens, you know, sort of like the gardens that they've got a rake, and it's sort of like, why are you touching that sand? See, they rake it one way and rake it the other. It just looks, perfect to me.
That fascinates me, because I'm really into my gardens and things.
I'm into just things being where they should be.
Yeah.
I celebrate OCD. I really do. I really do. Anyway, we're off to Akita. Now, this is sake. Have you ever had sake?
I have.
It's brilliant. Make sure it's served. Was it supposed to be served about 80 degrees, isn't it? It's quite warm.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you've got to drink it. If you drink sake and you can drink it down and go, oh, that was nice, it's good sake. If you take it and you're like, cool, then it's not so good sake. So this is the sake tasting experience for Justin. Also, there's good samurai museums here as well. So, I mean, but look at the gardens.
Oh, beautiful.
Look,
breathtaking.
Forget Danielson, Mr. Miyagi. Danielson, these bonsai trees, look at that. Absolutely stunning. Hakodate is our next port of call. There's actually a 4-block long fish market here. They do love their fish over this part. And there's a good cable car that you perhaps want to go up to the top and get some good views. And then Al Murray as well is off. Yeah, Al Murray. No, not the pub landlord. Everybody's saying the pub landlord here. No, it's the port. This is actually where they have the Nabuta Festival. We weren't going to talk about this, but as soon as there's a picture there, we will. This is every August. You're going in April, but every August they have one of the biggest. It's like paper mache. You know the big Chinese dragons that they sort of like go around with. This is what they'll do. So no doubt you'll see some of that there. But fantastic representations of samurai warriors and animals and cartoon characters paraded through the streets. And look at that. It just looks complete contrast again. And then a relaxing day at sea before you go back into Tokyo and get off a ship and come back home.
What a cruise.
14 nights of cultural immersion.
Don't forget, you've also got the opportunity to see the stunning cherry blossoms here, and 2 festivals during your cruise as well.
I did. Sorry, there was so much we didn't get that in. Yeah, we didn't squeeze that in.
And that includes the Tulip Festival, doesn't it?
Yep.
You've also got return flights from London Gatwick, of course, and that 3-night stay in that 4-star hotel in Tokyo. And you do get those tours included there, of course, as well. Oh, and the bullet train, which I love to do. I thought it was pretty amazing, didn't you? But that's it. Just time to do a quick recap.
It's just, what do you choose from? You've got fantastic value with Thomson. You've got really great price of P&O. You've got that unique yachts. You've got the big Caribbean cruise with MSC, limited numbers, and then that Japanese tour as well.
Well, here's a quick recap just to help you. So we started off, yes, with Thomson Cruises. Now, Thomson are always top sellers. We do know this one's going to be very, very, very busy tonight because you are going to get a free all-inclusive upgrade. That can make a big difference. I don't mind saying I like a drink on my cruise holidays. That's all-inclusive and it's a free upgrade. 579, flights based on Bournemouth, but we can also find you flights from most UK airports. Great single special starting at 859 on that one as well. And you can add on that 7-night hotel stay in Paphos there, post-cruise from 399. ID number is 124108. If you just give us, jot down the ID numbers, it just helps it, helps our call centre find your cruise even more easily. Then we moved on to Royal Caribbean, brilliant deal. This is on board the Vision of the Seas. You are going to be staying, don't forget, in that fantastic world famous Atlantis Plam Hotel, 5-star. Just such a famous, amazing hotel, and only deposit needed tonight. Return flights based on Heathrow, but again, we've always, generally speaking, got other airports available. And the ID number is 123098. P&O Ventura's next. Amazing price on this one. Bear in mind it is 10 nights. It's Spain, Portugal, Gibraltar. 589. I think it works out under £60 per person per night, and a single special starting at 999. Actually, the balcony is only 689. And if you do want to stay either at the Mean Valley Marriott before your cruise or after the cruise, you can do that starting at £89 per person. ID number is 97488. Now, very, I'll say it one more time, very limited availability with MSC. This is a previous top seller. We've got exclusive price reductions and we've got free upgrades from inside to outside, but this starts at 1399, 50 nights. And you've got those beautiful ports of call from, of course, Barbados on that one. ID number is 103790, but say not many cabins available at all throughout the ship on that one now, unfortunately. Riviera Travel, I mean, this really, I just thought it was incredible, Justin, didn't you?
38 passengers, 7 crew, unique experience, a brand new ship that was launched in 2015, and overnight in every single port.
I mean, it really will feel like you've got your own private yacht for the week, won't it? And an amazing price there at 1399. The ID number is 122220 there. And then our final cruise on tonight shows, well, what an incredible offer on the Diamond Princess. 40 nights there, and only a deposit needed tonight. The ID number is 117386. We are sadly out of time. Don't forget, Planet Cruise are multi-award winning. They're the biggest independent cruise agency here in the UK, and we also have exclusive deals and some special offers on a Tuesday. Just, I really enjoyed that.
Yeah, it was a great show.
Yeah, great, wasn't it?
See you next week.
If there wasn't something that you liked, give us a call. We can find you any cruise, can't we? We really can. We'll see you next week, Justin.